Sonos One Review. Please take 3 seconds to click the subscribe button on our channel for more upcoming videos. Alexa and Google Assistant never sounded so good. Since it debuted in late 2018, the Sonos One has been my favorite smart speaker overall. It costs more than the Amazon Echoes and Google Homes of the world, but it's still relatively affordable and sounds much better. The first smart speaker designed with music in mind, the One still rocks the socks off any competitor in its price range. The One debuted with Amazon's Alexa voice assistant on board, and in 2019 Sonos finally delivered on the promise of adding Google Assistant, too. The ability to choose between the two major voice systems further ups the One's appeal, especially to Google households. Despite some teething problems and a slight lag when requesting songs, voice integration on Sonos works very well. And its flexibility extends beyond voice, offering compatibility with many standards, including Apple AirPlay 2, Spotify Connect as well as the company's own superb whole home audio system. You can find better sounding smart speakers, including the Apple HomePod and the Google Home Max, but both cost more and lack the One's universal appeal. The One is also half the price of the Sonos Beam soundbar, which also offers dual voice assistance. So does the Bose Home series, whose entry-level 300 model could pose a threat to the One. The smart speaker competition is just getting warmed up. In the meantime, the Sonos One offers the best combination of versatility, sound quality and affordability in any speaker you can buy, period. This review was conducted on the Gen 1 Sonos One, but a Gen 2 version is now available. According to Sonos, the new version has an updated processor and more memory, but is otherwise identical. We haven't tested the new version, but we expect sound quality to be the same. The Sonos One behaves pretty much exactly like an Amazon Echo or Google Home speaker, including features like continued conversation, but it lacks a few of the capabilities of those speakers. Here's a rundown. Alexa calling, Google Assistant calls, Echo speakers can call other Echoes and most phones within Northern America for free. Likewise, Google Assistant can also make voice-assisted calls. Unfortunately, Sonos One is not able to do this. Voice Match, users can train the Google Assistant to recognize their individual voice, which helps for setting alarms and organizing calendars, but Sonos can't yet. Routines are a set of tasks that Google Assistant can perform with a single voice command. For example, "Hey Google, I'm leaving," can turn off all of your lights and the TV. Other functions that Sonos can't yet perform but Google Assistant can include purchases and interpreter mode. Zigbee, the Amazon Echo Plus allows for users with Philips smart bulbs and other Zigbee-based devices to operate without the need for an external hub. Of course, Sonos can control all of the smart home devices that a standard Echo or Dot speaker can. Thanks to the combination of Amazon's and Sonos services, the setup of the Sonos One is a little more involved than your average Echo device, but thankfully not horrifically so. The process involves installing the Sonos and Alexa apps, and you'll need to sign into both your Sonos and Amazon accounts, as well as any other music streaming services that you'll want to listen to using the speaker. You'll also be encouraged to go through a true play tuning process, which requires you to walk around your room with your phone as your speaker plays a number of test sounds. Your phone listens to how the speaker sounds in its environment, and tunes its sound accordingly. Of course, you can also manually adjust the treble and bass levels of your speaker if you have more specific preferences, although we were content to leave them at their default levels. You'll also need to assign the Sonos One a room to allow you to identify it from the Sonos app, and it's here that you'll also have the ability to pair the Sonos One up with another speaker to have them play music in stereo. Unfortunately, you can't pair it with a Sonos Play One, despite the similarities in form factor. Given that this is a Sonos speaker, you won't be surprised to hear that the Sonos One sounds pretty fantastic. Throw Elegy by Mouse on the keys at the speaker, and sound has real punch and energy to it. The song's kick drum, well, Dot has kick to it, and drives the energy of the song. It's an impressive amount of power from such a small speaker. The speaker even deals admirably with more complicated pieces of music. Silent Earthling by Three Trapped Tigers sounds clear and crisp, despite the multiple layers of instruments circulating throughout the song. That said, the speaker doesn't offer the separation of a pair of stereo speakers with the way the music is squashed into a single channel, but it does a solid job at its size and price point, and naturally its ability to be paired with more Sonos speakers enhances its sound further still. Of course, much of what's seen so far could also have been said of the original Play One when it was first released back in 2013. The real story here is about how voice control is integrated. It is simply wonderfully executed. Almost, nearly perfect. While at launch the functionality seems a little more limited than we were expecting due to the absence of its integration with Spotify, this has now been rectified via a software update. It's great news, as Spotify is one of the more popular streaming services out there. Being able to simply request songs by using your voice is far more convenient than having to dig into an app on your phone. With Spotify now added, the Sonos One is an impressively featured multi-room speaker. It's backed by the same great Sonos app that has seen continuous improvement and development over the years, and now integrates with all major music streaming services. Otherwise, the speaker acts pretty much as you'd expect a smart speaker to. It integrates with all the same smart home products. You can ask it about the weather, or just have it tell you stupid facts and jokes. You can also, thanks to the recently released Sonos Alexa skill, use voice commands to get music playing on other Sonos speakers throughout your home. The skill is still in beta and is hence a little buggy. It refused to play the radio on kitchen speaker, but was fine with kitchen, but when this sees a full launch it will be another helpful feature. It feels as though the Sonos One could eventually end up being the perfect Alexa speaker. Fundamentally this is because it's underpinned by audio quality that's a step above what's available on Amazon's current generation of Echo hardware, but it's a speaker that also integrates fantastically well with the rest of Sonos's multi-room lineup. Yes, it was certainly a shame that it launched without support for the most popular streaming service in the world, Spotify, but kudos to Sonos for bringing out the update in good time. The speaker is now just as effective as an Amazon Echo at playing your music, and sounds much better than Amazon's own speaker. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more upcoming videos.